Well, good morning. That ought to get your blood boiling a little bit. I love James Bond, don't you? U.S. intelligence has concluded that Iran was still years away from developing a nuclear weapon, directly contradicting Israeli assessments that claim Iran was much closer. Kraft Heinz, the food giant, famous for its ketchup and box mac and cheese, announced plans to eliminate all chemical dyes from its products. Iran has successfully launched a strike in Mossad headquarters inside Israel. 17 or more U.S. tankers are now moving eastward across Europe, and President Trump declares that the United States now holds complete and total control of Iranian airspace. President Trump is calling on Iran to surrender unconditionally, warning the supreme leader, "We know exactly where you're hiding." ICE has arrested New York City controller and mayoral candidate Brad Blander, taken out in handcuffs. U.S. officials say President Donald Trump is seriously weighing the option of launching a strike on Iran. U.S. Navy forces based in Bahrain have been deployed out to sea. And let's continue on with our series here, our TED Speak series. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic that's central to the future of money and the role silver plays within it. Must silver money conform to standards? Now, when we talk about money, we aren't just talking about paper bills or coins that we use to buy our morning coffee or gas for the car. We're talking about a medium of exchange that can hold its value and facilitate trade of goods and services. Money must meet certain criteria to function effectively within an economy. Let's take a look at silver. Precious, timeless, and historically one of the most trusted forms of money. But must silver conform to certain standards and to function as money in today's world? To answer that, we need to examine a few key attributes that define money and see how it measures up. Number one, recognizability. The first standard is recognizability. Any form of money, whether it's a paper bill or a silver coin, needs to be easily identifiable by people. So is a lunar coin from some collector series going to serve as money? No. Think about it. When you see a dollar bill or a gold coin, you know exactly what it is. Silver, too, has to be instantly recognizable. This is why we see silver minted in the standardized forms, coins, bars, rounds, that are marked with a clear weight and purity. These marks aren't just decorative. They serve as a guarantee of the silver's quality and help establish trust. So in this regard, silver has already conformed to the standard, with coins like the American Silver Eagle or Canadian Silver Maple Leaf widely recognized across the globe. Number two, uniformity. Next up is uniformity. Money must be uniform in its appearance, weight, and other physical characteristics to ensure that one unit is interchangeable with another. If you were to go to a store and buy a loaf of bread with a silver coin, the grocer would likely need to know exactly how much silver is in that coin. Without uniformity, the very concept of money breaks down, doesn't it? Can you see that? Silver money has a unit of measure, the troy ounce, like the embonpoint ounce, which measures dry goods primarily, which is commonly used in everyday weight and measures. The troy ounce is specifically designed for precious metals and is universally recognized in the market. Whether you're buying a silver coin, a bar, or a round, the weight is standardized in terms of troy ounces, ensuring uniformity across the board. This uniformity makes silver a trusted store of value. In contrast to other forms of money like paper currency, which can be printed in indefinite quantities, the silver's uniformity makes it scarce by nature. This leads us to our next point, scarcity, one of my favorite. Now, this is where things get a little bit more complicated, because when it comes to silver, most of the money we use today, whether it's the US dollar or the euro, is issued and regulated by a central government entity. The central bank is the issuer controlling the money supply. Who is that? The Bank for National Settlements are going away. But silver doesn't need it to be issued by a central bank to be money. It has always been a commodity / money in its own right, and its value has stood the test of time. However, in modern times, governments do mint silver coins and certify their purity and weight, which provides an added layer of trust. The silver coin we hold today, whether a bullion coin or commemorative coin, is often backed by the full faith and credit of the issuing country, ensuring its recognition as a legitimate form of money. However, to assume a cashier will place any additional value due to its commemorative or collective imposed status is simply ludicrous, isn't it? So, silver conforms to the standard of a unit of measure. As I mentioned earlier, silver is measured in troy ounces, which ensures that the value is consistent no matter what its trading platform it's traded on around the world. It is not just the weight that matters, the recognition of that weight in an agreed upon unit. So you're going to deal with a 1 ounce coin or a 1 1/4 ounce or a 1 1/2 ounce. we need to have uniformity. These weird coins you guys are telling me about, you're getting stuck with, you got to get rid of that stuff while there's still a coin of the realm left to get. If you're a silver holder or investor, you need to know exactly how much silver you own or what it's worth. This standardization makes silver highly liquid, meaning it can be easily traded in any market. Really? How about bars and rounds? Are they easily traded with a grocer? Absolutely not. Coin of the realm is. The standardization makes silver highly liquid, meaning it can be easily traded in any market. Whether you're in the United States, Europe, or Asia, silver is universally accepted because of the standard unit of measure. So silver, should it be abundant or scarce? Now here's a big question. Should money be abundant or scarce? Economics is all about two simple things: scarcity and choice. That's all it is. Abundance leads to inflation. It's the simple principle behind why we see purchasing power of paper currencies decrease over time. Too much of it in circulation, the value drops. Scarcity, on the other hand, leads to higher value and greater demand, yet often lower economic output. Silver, like gold, is naturally scarce resource. Yes, silver is mined, but unlike paper money, the supply is limited. This inherent scarcity ensures that silver maintains its purchasing power over time, while the central banks can print more and more money whenever it sees fit. Is that Keynesian or Austrian monetary economics? It's Keynesian. They can't make it more silver out of thin air. That's why silver has been used throughout history as a hedge against inflation and economic instability. As an asset, silver offers a rarity that fiat currency simply can't match. In a world where paper money can be printed indefinitely, silver scarcity remains the most defining quality. So in conclusion, does silver meet the standards of money? Absolutely. It's recognizable, uniform, issued by governments in various forms, and it conforms to a standard of measure. And perhaps most importantly, silver embodies one of the most essential principles of economics: scarcity. We love scarcity, embrace scarcity. It's what sets you apart, what sets us apart. In a world where money can be printed without limit, silver remains an enduring symbol of stability and value. It's a reminder that while money may change, the principles of sound money and sound economics, scarcity and choice remain the same. So the monetary reset isn't coming. It's already been modeled. You're watching the headlines. They're building a new economy behind the curtain. The Federal Reserve notes are gone. The U.S. debt clock now lists the future U.S. Treasury dollars, not Fed notes. No press release, no vote, just soft disclosure that the private money printer is being replaced by a sovereign system. Gold and silver are not obsolete. They've been suppressed. The real dollar to gold ratio is $974 an ounce. The real dollar to silver ratio, $1,132 per ounce. The paper leverage is 364.1. Now look, folks, come back to me for a second, Margaret Ann. Let me share something with them. If we take that number that they have, the 364.1, and we multiply that times the current spot price of silver, the paper price of silver, would say $37.25. You know what you're going to come up with? $13,589.91. So $1,000 for an ounce of silver, that's going to be much higher than that. We might set some of the horses out at $1,000 an ounce for silver, but not very many. We're looking at millions of dollars per monster box. That's what I'm looking at.
The straw man is your name written in block letters. Very simple. It was done at birth. What the government did, or the corporations now, not government, what they did is they took your birth certificate and made a second birth certificate with a trust, a IYKYK trust. They made it in all block letters. And for them to interact with you, they have to interact with you as a fiction, because they're all corporations. Corporation cannot interact with real people. So they made a straw man. They call it a straw man because it has no soul and is spiritually dead. This is happening since the early 1900s. What they've done is really fraud, because they're fraudulently taking your child's birth certificate and make it into a dead entity. The dead entity, birth certificate, is making billions. So your straw man is considered a dead entity, and the corporation can interact with it. If you have to go to court, it's not going to be in your real name because they don't have it. All they have is the dead entity. A signature is under the UCC, which is the fiction, the straw man. Your autograph is the real person. So if you go up to a movie star and says, "Can I have your autograph?" You never say, can I have your signature? It's always autograph because you have flesh and blood. Signature is what you're signing every time they can go into your account and take money.
And every time you do sign a piece of paper, you can bet that that signature of yours is being monetized, securitized.
It is. By the banks, by everybody that you, wherever you sign, credit cards, everything.
Today, we're diving deep into one of the most significant financial shifts in modern history, a transformation the mainstream media refuses.
It is. Folks, we had another report yesterday from JFK Jr. This is a report for today. So I wanted to preface that because it's about a 5-minute report, so hang in there. But this is not somebody making stuff up. This is JFK Jr. speaking to us. Let's see.
Today, we're diving deep into one of the most significant financial shifts in modern history, a transformation the mainstream media refuses to cover, but it's happening right before our eyes. The quantum financial system, or QFS, is no longer a theory, no longer a distant promise. It is active, operational, and reshaping the global economy in real time. Let's break this down. As of now, QFS wallets are being issued and securely linked to verified users across all Basel IV compliant jurisdictions. This means that only those operating within strict asset-backed frameworks can participate. The old days of speculative banking, fiat manipulation, and paper promises are over. What's replacing it is a system built on real commodities, gold, silver, platinum, verified at every level by quantum encryption. And where is the heart of this reset? Basel, Switzerland, home to the Bank for International Settlements and the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision. Since 2023, these institutions have enforced Basel IV standards that forced banks globally to back their holdings with tangible assets. No more funny money, no more empty digits on a screen. Every single transaction within the QFS requires digital gold authentication. Without a certified gold certificate, the funds are rejected outright. This eliminates fraud at the root, guaranteeing that only clean asset-backed currency circulates. The fiat currencies we've all known, the dollar, the euro, the pound, they're being phased out. The old system is gasping its final breath. We're seeing this collapse in real time. Thousands of banks have either closed, merged, or folded under the weight of these new standards. The survivors, they're the ones compliant with Basel IV, now directly syncing with QFS protocols. Since early last year, these institutions have begun public testing of gold and commodity-backed rates, starting with revaluations of currencies like the Iraqi dinar. And here's where it gets personal. The QFS wallet is no longer a future concept. It's here. It's live. Many of you may already have yours. These wallets are linked to your biometric data, operated securely from your phone, and completely shielded from the manipulations of legacy banking. When you activate your wallet, any fiat funds in your old accounts will be converted, but only after verification and assignment of a gold certificate. The parallel system where fiat and QFS could coexist is rapidly ending. As of the last grace period in April, all transactions must meet the new gold-backed standards. Now, who's overseeing this transition? It's a global alliance. Swiss Banking Group AG provides structural oversight. Indus and BRICS nations anchor the commodity standards. U.S. Space Force ensures the quantum grid's security and integrity. Let's talk about what's been happening behind the scenes. On June 12, silent override signals were issued to both the Bank of England and Deutsche Bank, freezing their private ledgers pending seizure by international trustees working under QFS enforcement protocols. Over 3,000 shell companies tied to illicit activities from trafficking to fake climate funds have been digitally disbanded. More than 41,000 dormant fiat accounts linked to corrupt officials and shady NGOs have been flagged for liquidation, with their assets redirected into sovereign reparation pools. Make no mistake, this is more than just a financial shift. It's what some are calling a planetary exorcism, a purging of corruption at its deepest levels. And the integration of Nessera and Gessera, it's already moving forward. Between June 16th and 18th, the first community restoration credits will roll out direct payments to the people through the QFS. Fraud detection systems, codenamed Orion Shield, are sweeping through remaining legacy systems, ensuring no dirty transactions make it through. Every transfer is quantum verified, time-stamped, and permanently archived. Meanwhile, the highly anticipated MedBed technology is entering phase 3. Access will be tied directly to your QFS biometric wallet, ensuring that this advanced healing tech is used only for real, verified, sovereign individuals. No imposters, no clones, no bad actors. And here's the immediate action step. Starting June 20, everyone will need to complete a one-time biometric handshake to fully activate their QFS wallet. This will unlock powerful new features, including secure links to local MedBed hubs and the Rainbow Treasury allocation, a fund designed to distribute wealth fairly and transparently. The bottom line, this is no longer a matter of waiting for disclosure. We are living through it. And as the distractions of the old world elections, celebrity trials, staged cyber incidents dominate headlines, the real shift is unfolding where few are looking. What you're hearing, the chaos, the noise, the confusion, it's the sound of a system built on lies and theft, suffocating under the weight of truth. Stay alert, stay prepared. And remember, the future is not something we wait for, it's something we build together.
I'm shocked, and it takes a lot to shock me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
When this story first broke, I thought that there must be some details about it that are more speculative than you can rely on. But the more I read the piece that you published and saw what Cash submitted to Chuck Grassley, there are several levels of this that are concerning almost beyond belief. So obviously the first family itself was taking millions of dollars from China.
How many people picked up what Mike Pence was being handed here? You watching? Watch very closely. You might have to take off the crawl line down here. See, can you take off the crawl line?
I can.
All right, hang tight, folks. Watch. What's in his hand? What's in his hand? Doesn't look like a check, does it? Is it paper money or real money? What do you guys think? Can you see it? Please tell me that. Look at this. Paid off. You're going to put it in his pocket, huh? That's an honest way to make an honest living, huh? Your mom would be so proud of you.